want me to take the big one?
I think yours might be slightly bigger.
All by design, isn't it? Going on my unofficial first hike and fly. I only call it that because shamelessly I'm going to count all my free glides from training, which were pretty small, but they count. I'm with my buddy Steve, who I actually met at training 4 years ago, was it?
Yeah.
And God, I'm dying here. Steve does this all the time, so I'm holding him back here. But how high is the launch going to be roughly?
Well, we're going to hike 4,000 feet up and 4 miles over. And that'll put us at, I think it's 9,000 feet. And launch in any direction. We can do a little midday thermic mission on the Tandem.
That's the LZ right there-ish. This whole area here. If we had the worst flight ever and just went straight to the LZ, how long is that flight?
Well, if we do this in the morning before any thermals are going, it's like 15 to 18 minutes.
15 to 18 minutes of flying. Anything more than that is a success. I have never thermaled. I've never been on a tandem, and I've never been on an extended hike and fly, so today's gonna be amazing. He gave me a puke bag before we went for the flight. I actually think I'm gonna use it soon
on the hike.
We're going all the way to that peak?
Yep, that bald triangle there. We're just over halfway.
How long have we been hiking?
Oh, an hour and a half.
Met up with a couple other paragliders on the hill here, heading the same way. One has advised me that this part is called F you Peak because of that. Scenery's getting better, and we're getting close.
2.5 hours in, no speed records today.
2.5 hours.
We climbed 3,100 feet, which gives us about 900 more to go.
That's not the summit, it's actually behind that, so this is even... Dude, my legs are cramping, I'm dying. I'm a wimp. And here we are. Unless, of course, he tells me we're going to that peak, in which case, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
You did it.
What's this, a water spigot?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
I don't know the history of that, but I think you're supposed to sit on it.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's it. There's nothing exciting in here. I'm gonna put a business card in. We're at the top of the peak, having a good time here. My legs still hurt, but we're kind of looking out that way.
Yeah.
This is the wind direction, and for a paramotor, which is like, okay, wind direction, go, but you're identifying all sorts of different stuff because you want to stay in the air for a really long time. So what are you looking at? Teach me everything, all your wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, but it's a westerly day, which is to our backs, which is drying out my very sweaty shirt. But the sun comes up in the east, so all the easterly aspects heat up first. That surface heating up heats up the air, hot air rises, rolls up the hill, and trickles off the top. And eventually, during the day, they get strong enough to overcome that westerly wind, so we have an easterly wind right now. So that's what that's about. And then all kinds of little things, like you watch what the birds are doing. There aren't any right now, but then, you know, you can actually see the heat shimmering off the rocks as it rolls off the summit, just like the heat that you see coming off your barbecue grill. And all of that is info that's telling us the air is going up.
I'm feeling like some kind of little gusts here and there.
It's not just wind, it's pulses of warm air, because the air will get stuck in the zone, like between the trees down there in the pocket, and just stagnate. And then once that pocket of air heats up enough to break just the mass of all the air sitting on top of it, then it starts trickling up the hill in like a pulse.
That's the bump.
That's that increase in speed that we're feeling. So we call it cycling. So every 5 or 8 or 10 minutes, depending on the topography and the sun and what the meteo wind or the synoptic wind is doing, pay attention to those cycles. You want to launch like right at the beginning of one of those cycles, because that means you'll be taking off right into a thermal, and you can immediately start
get the lift.
circling up.
Okay.
First play is to get the wing up and get off the hill. We'll immediately turn kind of against the wind, sort of flying into it. And if we're climbing right away, we'll know, and we can immediately start circling. And if we can get 1,000 feet off the peak, we'll try and bounce to the next one, or just stay in the thermal. It's a low wind day, so as the wind is stronger and stronger, the thermals like get bent over. They get leaned over from the wind. And when there's too much wind, the thermals get bent over so much that to stay in it, you track so far back that you're at risk of being in the lee side. So sometimes you have to leave your lift to stay forward. But today we have a low wind speed, so in theory we can climb at or near vertical. And if we get 1,000 feet, we can bounce to the next peak and the next one and the next one, and just keep trying to get a little higher and higher. And we could fly all the way to Sacagawea if we're lucky.
How many tandem pilots are in the valley here?
Oh, 3 or 4.
Are you the best?
No, I'm not the best.
Why would you tell me that now? But is the best up on this peak?
No. I can't say I'm better than Andy, who's been flying for 30 years.
Andy's a tandem?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I could have called Andy. Sorry, Andy.
This is going to be good.
Oh, yeah, that bird is enjoying life. All right, well, guess we'll start getting set up.
We've been watching him.
I feel like there's something I should be doing.
Well, you're doing it.
Give me those toggles. Should I hold the A-lines or something?
You can put your hands out and hold some imaginary lines.
Give me the throttle. I'll take the throttle.
Okay, you get
All
the
right.
throttle.
Okay, we're just waiting for this west side wind here. Let's go west side. East didn't work out. Steve's hooking me back in, and it looks like it's gonna be, where's this, south? Yeah, it must be south. That really pulled on my balls.
So the first few minutes is all just
Feeling out the air.
survival flying, not like survival like we're gonna die, but survival like
Find air.
making sure that we don't immediately sink out. Yes, this is great. See what I mean? Like, you time it right and lay out the pieces right on the game board, and you can jump right in.
So what we're feeling right now is we're basically catching that thermal puff coming up, and we're riding altitude.
We are in thermal, yes. We are 660 feet above the launch, so we've climbed that much, 700 now. We're at 9,300 MSL, and we have not even stuck a wingtip outside of the thermal, so we're doing really good. I have never climbed that much that fast.
So we're just crushing this?
Oh yeah. legs feel weird, huh?
Feel weird, yeah.
Sick.
Nailed it, dude. Well, we survived.